10 great games inspired by Japanese culture. Ghost of Tsushima. If you want to feel like a samurai, this game is likely the best option. Ghost of Tsushima encapsulates an actual historical event from feudal Japan with an original story in the form of the hero Jin Sakai, who struggles with the meaning of honor while fighting the Mongol invaders. Here you'll also see Japan's rich history through ambience, locations, music, clothes, and gear, but even modern concepts, such as the fantastical presence of the samurai created by Japanese movies, in a game that mimics the incredible artistic work of Akira Kurosawa. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Throwing grounded gameplay to the side a bit, Sekiro offers a fun mix of history with mythology by showing us the journey of the shinobi known as Wolf. The game takes place in the Sengoku period, the 15th to 16th centuries, and you can fight all the challenging bosses head first or be stealthy about it for free kills or damage. The bosses are the highlight, as they usually are in Souls-like games, and they also show the brilliant mix of history and myths and fights that range from big, empowered people to even a dragon. Nioh. If we had a nickel for every time a Souls-like game in Japan took place in the Sengoku period, we'd have 2 nickels. In Nioh, the protagonist is loosely based on the historical figure of William Adams, an Englishman famous for becoming a samurai. Still, don't expect a lot of grounded elements, as the game also uses history for its basic lore and plot while using Japanese mythology for its creatures, especially bosses. The game also has a sequel if you want more. Rise of the Ronin. If you're still in search of more of the samurai style, or Ronin, in this case Rise of the Ronin also follows the idea of mixing grounded gameplay with fantasy, though in this case, the fantastical elements are closer to science fiction. In other words, they're explained through science. Here you can customize your character and their sibling and venture through 19th century Japan. You can choose to support the shogun or not, affecting which characters will be your allies throughout the adventure. Okami. If you want to dive deeper into the mythological side of things, then your search is over with Okami. The game has its own story, but take elements from Japanese mythology as you venture Nippon as a wolf form of Amaterasu, the sun goddess. Along with narrative elements, the game is also famous for using ink wash painting, better known as sumi-e, a classic art style from East Asia, which includes Japan. Like A Dragon Infinite Wealth. Japanese history and mythology is fun and all, but there's also a lot to discover and enjoy from modern Japan. With that in mind, we not only have a game recommendation, but rather a whole series recommendation, the Yakuza series. The main games have turn-based RPG mechanics, a beautiful recreation of Japan, and a fun storyline, such as displayed by Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Still, the series also has amazing spin-offs, such as Judgment and Like a Dragonishin. Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo has one of the most faithful recreations of Tokyo in video games, along with a first-person experience that involves searching and defeating spirits throughout the city. While the game can be a bit repetitive, its concept makes it stand out compared to similar games. The game focuses on its plot and mission structure as you fight haunting creatures with powers your character, Aikido, obtains after a spirit possesses him. Despite the horror elements, you can still venture through this game without much trouble, even if you're not fond of the elements. Persona 5 Royal. The Persona series will also give you many different games to play, in case you're interested in the turn-based genre. With an amazing story, characters, and a highly stylized art design, whether from the characters, scenarios, and even the overall HUD, these games are like playing anime. And while that applies to the series, our top recommendation if you don't mind playing game series out of order is Persona 5. It takes everything they're known for and turns it up to 11. Perfect for RPG fans. The World Ends With You. The World Ends With You is another fun take on modern Japan, as you can explore Shibuya with a team of characters. The game features real-time RPG mechanics, mixing strategy and action, and it has a great focus on its aesthetic. Overall, you have a great story waiting for you, and a style that is reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts. The developers worked on the series before, after all. And if you like it, you can go for the sequel later, Nioh: The World Ends With You, Steins Gate. Visual novels are a genre that isn't very popular outside of Japan, but if you want an authentic visual novel experience, Steins Gate is one of the best. The game features a scientist who discovers time travel and uses it to prevent the death of his friend. As a visual novel, the gameplay consists of basic interactions with people and your phone, which can be used to send messages across time. And depending on your interactions, the ending can be quite different.